Located on 225 acres in Garden City, Long Island, Nassau Community College, a member of the State University of New York system, has close to 20,000 students attend the school each year. The college mascot is Leo the Lion, and these are his stories of the school's absolute best and brightest who have graduated over the past 50 plus years. Let's catch up together as the Alumni Association of Nassau Community College proudly presents Lion Tales, a Nassau Community College Foundation production on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome to Lion Tales, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Aurora Workman. I am president of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Dr. Lynnda Nadien, a proud graduate of Nassau Community College, and together we'll share stories that will inspire, uplift, and often amuse you.
Each week, Aurora and I will introduce you to alumni of Nassau Community College interested in sharing their experience here at Nassau Community College, along with the secrets to their success.
Nassau Community College has a remarkable mix of quality academics, activities, athletics, arts, and much, much more. Our students come from nearly 60 different countries and speak 35 different languages. Although its campus atmosphere is global, Nassau Community College keeps its class sizes small. You'll get the attention that feels just right from faculty who are as accomplished in their fields as they are dedicated to their success.
Look for many new and exciting events on the Alumni Association social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and our web pages at www.ncc.edu/alumni. If you, our listening audience, has any positive news you would like to share about Nassau Community College alumni, engagements, births, graduations, weddings, or accolades, you can email us at alumni@ncc.edu and we will shout you out.
Now, today is going to be a special day because me and my fabulous co-host, you're going to find out a little bit more about us today. So we're the guests of Lion Tales today.
Yes.
And so welcome, Dr. Lynnda Nadien.
Welcome, Aurora Workman.
And this is going to be great. When we started this show, it was to let everyone know where our graduates have gone over these past years. There are more than 40,000 plus graduates out in the workforce in the New York area and abroad. So it's great that, we get time to people can find out who you are and who I am. And let's talk about some things. Now, first, I want to tell everyone out there that Dr. Lynnda Nadien, not only is she a multi-talented person, but she is a principal at an elementary school.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Yes, so being principal at Smith Street in Uniondale for the past 13 years I think I'm going into the 13th year. It's over a decade of, servicing the building in Uniondale Public Schools, and it's just been something that meeting all the students throughout the years and seeing how they've gone on to be great successes, I feel that we've, cultivated an environment there where you really can thrive and working with all the students' strengths as opposed to like focusing on deficits that they've been so happy and successful. And it's great to watch them move on. Our fifth graders that just moved on from last week and getting ready for middle school.
One of them are mine.
Yeah, one of them was yours, and she could be president of the United States tomorrow. She's amazing, and I know that they'll do just absolutely great in the middle school and in the high school coming up.
What always takes me back is when I see one of those elementary school students from then walk up to me now on this campus as a student.
Right, that's
and
amazing.
I have to look at them, Lynnda, and I tell them, you guys are getting older.
Yeah, and like physically you see their face and you say, you look familiar to me. And then when you remember their name, because you never remember it like right at that minute, but you do remember it after a little bit of time looking at their faces. So yeah, and it's a responsibility, but I think that we've brought back some dignity to the way the elementary school should be run in terms of really engaging students, letting them have the freedom to facilitate their own learning and just have fun with you as adults and not have that fear complex coming into a building every day.
And I find also now that the parents, they say, we talk a lot, but parents are really involved. I know at Smith Street, but the parents are really involved at the elementary level. And it's really, one of my key things is how can we harness that through middle
Right.
school and the high school, the parent involvement, they just kind of, kids grow up and they're like, oh, they don't need
there's
me,
so
but
much.
they do need you.
There's research to show that when the statistics die down in middle school, it might be 42% involvement, and then in the high school it's even less. But I think sometimes the kids might be like, "Mom, you don't have to come.
Yeah.
It's okay." They might be a little bit embarrassed if their parents are coming in, but parents can always call and figure out a way to get involved, even if it's through PTA or just a regular fundraiser that the schools are doing. Just to be present is very important, and bring the rest of the family with them.
Yeah, and I know that's what we have. So, Lynnda, now, I graduated in 1983.
Okay.
And when I was here at Nassau Community College, it was amazing that when I came, they had a rathskeller. They had a bar.
Yeah.
And I never saw the inside of that bar because when I started here, I was 16 and they wouldn't let me in.
No, I do remember that was downstairs in
The College Union.
Yeah, I don't know if they serve liquor there.
Yeah, they had beer.
Oh.
They served beer there. Cause
That I didn't know.
I used to have to sit on the step and wait for my friends to pass me out a slice of pizza.
Oh.
They wouldn't let me in.
I know they had bagels upstairs in there.
Yeah.
I know there was a bagel. Well, there was Roy Rogers. That was the thing.
Right.
And that Fixin's bar. I could go for that.
I used to look at the Roy Rogers and sit there and wonder, where are those chickens from?
Yeah.
Because that's one huge lake.
Yeah. Where's that lake? That's
Where'd that lake
a
come
chemically engineered chicken.
And I used to sit there because and when I started here in Nassau, I was total vegetarian. So I didn't, so I didn't even eat the French fries from Roy Rogers because they were frying them in the same.
Oh, well, you can have the Fixin's bar. You have
So I had the
tomatoes.
fixins, So
Some
I would always
pickles.
have some salad from the free fixins.
Yeah, everyone was in there. I remember we would go to class and then we'd go down to the where Roy Rogers was on the other side.
Where the tower is
Yeah,
now,
where the
where
tower
the
is
student
now.
center is. Yeah. And they used to have that. I used to think that was so cool because, when I got here, I went to school in the evenings because I was 16. I only had one class left in high school. And so I started college. And I go in the evening, and that's when students in the evening were really adults,
Right,
they were
yeah.
working adults. They had homes. And I said, and I remember one Professor Jenkins sat there and said, why are you here at night? I said, because I have one class in the daytime and then I have to take care of my house. He said, a house? I said, yeah, I have a house. Doesn't everybody in this room have a house?
No,
He's like,
they
no,
do
they do not. So that was one of the great things about being here and finding those professors that like Professor Jenkins, I connected with. I was here. I was probably more mature, but still young at 16,
Right, yeah.
and was able to really take on those classes. So I'm glad that, but I am so glad that we have this time to talk to each other and to find things out. You're listening to Lion Tales on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Aurora Workman, and I am here talking with my fabulous co-host, Dr. Lynnda Nadien. And today we just figured we'll tell you some things about us as your host of Lion Tales and too as proud alumni of Nassau Community College.
Yeah, and we've been recording, quite a few shows, and our guests are so eclectic because they're saying things and coming in with ideas about what Nassau meant to them. Nassau Community College means to them now. Many of them are coming back to serve the college, and they really look forward to that service. It's inspirational to see that it means so much to them.
It is, and a lot of the employees that we have here were graduates of Nassau Community College.
Yeah, and
they've come back. They've left and they've come back, and they're talented as ever, and they got their starts. And we have a lot of students who, one of my friends told me, could you please tell my child that this is not an 8-year institution?
Right, yeah.
And Nassau Community College is a 2-year community college, and people just don't want to leave. They take classes, they take certificate programs. We have instances of one of our guests came back after 37 years
Yes,
of
that's
not
right.
finishing her degree and walked across that stage in 2016. So, we have a lot of stories like that. We have parents of students who have gone here, so they wanted their kids to get the start that they felt that they got a great start. And we've learned like a lot of different
Yeah, and
things.
there's so many. You really have opportunity to complete the associate's degree in, liberal arts or whatever whatever you choose to do. And I think that that's something that people have to strive for, that it can be done. It doesn't have to be a mad rush, just to get to a 4-year school or just to pursue whatever the next step may be for you. But there's so much to offer. Right. And I think it's organized to a point where even if you're really nervous about pursuing the education, you can still do it because they make it clear and they help you get through. And you do need that, absolute
right. Remember one of our guests who didn't think college was for him, and now he's
exactly.
Dr. Scott.
I think about that.
I think about that a lot. He's like, I wasn't going to college. It wasn't for me.
He did, apparently he said he did 1 semester here, and now, 7 weeks ago, he defended his dissertation and now he's a professor. Or he will be a full-time professor at one of the universities coming very soon. And that's just, it's a great story because that shows that he was a little apprehensive. I think his mom talked him into it.
Yeah,
but thank God mom was behind him saying, just try it. Try anything. Try one class.
Right. And that's what my mother, I got accepted to Stanford in California, and I wanted to just leave New York.
Right.
I wanted to leave New York. And tragedy happened when my father was killed, and so I kind of stayed around. And my mother said, look, just go just 1 semester to Nassau, and then you decide what you want to do after that, because you're here, you're going to be here. And I went, and I guess I never left because I came back in 15 years after I graduated to work here, and now I'm in my 23rd year.
That's amazing. I mean, and still in the past, when I graduated from high school in 1984, no one in my family had gone to college. It wasn't something that was discussed. It wasn't off the table. Both of my uncles in the 60s, they went to CUNY, and that was free.
Right.
But my mother wasn't encouraged to go to CUNY. My mother was encouraged to graduate high school and get a job immediately, which became, secretarial job. Right. And in most cases, you were either, if you did go to college and you were a female, you probably were a nurse studying nursing or studying teaching, but nothing more than what are, stereotypical of female jobs.
Right. And that was one of the things that Nassau had kind of ignited in a lot of the female students that we talk about, too. It really ignited in them the curiosity to do something other than motherhood. I remember one of our guests said that she came here, she was a mother, she wanted to do something, she took a class, and now she ended up owning a PR media consultant firm, Casano Consultants. So that's a shout out to Louise Casano. She was one of our guests who is a lifelong resident of Levittown, but her story, as many of the stories from women that we have talked to that went on to school to Nassau earlier, was that they were doing something, their kids were growing and going to school, and they came and wanted to take a class or try something, and they ended up going and getting their full degree from Nassau and moving on to other things. So it's a place that definitely inspires. It definitely inspires.
And I think I started off, I was convinced by people, do computer science because that's the wave of the future. And I thought, that doesn't sound like my, personality at all, because I was really like an artist and I wanted to just write and paint and do all these things. And slowly but surely, I dropped out of the computer classes so that I could drag 10 pounds of clay from the car all the way down to where the bookstore is. That was the art room next door. That building was next to the bookstore.
I think V building.
Yeah, Bradley Hall had English, and across the way, that's where we had the art class. And I remember the Sugar Hill Gang sisters were in my class, and we would be making, the clay on the wheel and doing all that. And you are listening to Lion Tales. Today's guests will be Aurora Workman and Lynnda Nadien, telling tales about their own affairs.
At Nassau Community College.
I didn't have an affair. Okay.
We can't spread any rumors. So, you're listening to Lion Tales on 90.3 WHPC.
Excuse me. I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me, get granular, keep me in the pipeline. But nada. Nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me, and I still looked amazing.